Hello and welcome back to The Broken Doll. Alright, I'm going to make a video about how to clean your airbrush. Now I had to strip down Casper the Friendly Ghost one more time, his head, because I was doing some wrong things by him. I don't know if I'm still doing the right thing by him, but I'm making, I think, some headway right now. So I'll show you him really fast here one more time. He's way up here sitting there. Now, he's a little blotchy here and there, but I can airbrush that blotchiness. I've learned how to do that a bit, so I'm not too upset over that right now. This streak going down here is where I fixed him. I'm hoping the white that I put on will get, like, as I put layer to layer to layer, that white will all match. If it doesn't, well, you guess what? It's just going to have to be. And I'll have to learn how to do better and better working with plastics. But it's a trial and error thing that I'm, like, my daughter bought this for me to practice on plastics, what to do and what not to do. And that's what I'm learning as I go through this. And I'm finding out what not to do and what to do. The next time I get something plastic, I know now what not to do and what to do. I need to know what airbrushing will tolerate, like what it will work. And that's what I'm learning on plastic. Just not spraying hair, but learning other things as well. So anyways, let's learn how to clean our airbrush, especially those who have bought the airbrush that I have. I can't say that all airbrushes are equal across the scope. I can't say that. But we're going to, because every airbrush, there are different airbrushes out there. This is a cheaper end airbrush. So what I'm going to do first is take the compressor part off. So that's been removed. So now we can just work with the brush itself. Okay, I've got paint in here right now. So I'm going to take my paint and I'm going to spill it into my gun. Okay, there we go. Now I cut little water bottles and I use these right here right now. And then this is acrylic, so it's water-based paint. So what I want to do first of all is just I got some water here, so I'm just going to clean out my gun and just kind of do some dipping here. What have I learned? I was having a lot of problems getting now this might be several, I'm going to do a lot of talking in this here, so there's going to be a lot of explanation, just so that you can not do what I just did. What have I learned so far? Don't mix your paint up in the gun. I did. And it would clog it up because you don't get the thinness that you want. So you have to mix it up in a separate bowl, and then, or a different dish, then pour it in. So that's what I did. But I learned that quick. Didn't do it again, unclogged it, got it working again. So anyways, one of the things I've been afraid about is pulling apart my air gun, because what I'm afraid of, I won't be able to get back together again and have it working in the way that it should. I was very nervous about that part, and that's why someone had asked me, can you show us how you clean your airbrush? And I'm like, no, because I don't know how to put it back together. I'm afraid if I rip it apart, I won't get it back together. Yesterday, I took the dive of ripping it apart, and it was easy. And I got it back to working again. There's a little bit of a trick to it, but not much. It's not on this gun. I can't speak for all airbrush guns. This one here is very simple, very easy to work with. Okay, this is actually a gun that I've used many times. I have several of these guns around here. And so anyways, let's keep going on this. There are different needles to this, which I have not tried yet. I would like to get I have some needles right here in a little plastic tube here. I would like, I don't know if you see, there's one needle in there, and I got ones with other needles in it as well. So anyways, I would like to try and like explore those other needles and see what they do. But today, we're just going to learn how to clean this out. So anyways, I got my little bottle of water here, and right now all I'm doing is taking it and spilling. There might be several parts to this as we move along. So what I do is I take my little Q-tip, go around and just clean with the water all the way around inside of here. Now it's not going to get it all, because this is where you have to take your air gun and rip it apart too. But you can see down in there, there's still paint down in the very bottom. Now I could keep sitting here and pouring water, more water into my little, and it'll take some of it out for sure. And you know, you can get the gist of it out and don't have to rip apart your gun. But that's not what this video is about. Like, I could get it really clean in there, and just the bowl part. I could get the bowl, this is the bowl. I could get this really clean down inside a bit, but I don't want to do that. Now what I want to do is take off the tip. I'm going to take the tip off and throw it in my water. I'm going to take the lid, throw it in my water right now. Just let it sit in there for a while. Now be very careful with this tip. Don't bend it or don't do anything to hurt that. Be very careful. Now what I need is some more water in my bottle here. I'm not going to make it with what I got. Okay, so okay, I got my water filled back up again. All right, so I'm going to just keep right now. Don't want to do that. Okay, what I tell you not to do, I did. Okay. Now, my next step is, let's take our gun apart. So, we have this part down here. I always spray, you see paint like this on my hand, I always spray my hand first, then spray Casper. Just in case if there's any little snotty bits, I call them, coming out. Okay, so we're going to unscrew the back of the gun. Okay, don't lose any of the pieces. We're going to then take this little part off. Now we're going to take the needle out. There's your needle coming out. Now we're going to unscrew this. I'm going to take the whole thing apart. Okay, there's a little spring. Take the spring off. Take this out. That helps with your lever. Now this will also come out. And there's that. It comes right out. Everything comes out. There's all my pieces right there. Okay, hope you're seeing all those pieces right there. Okay, now I got the gun empty. Now I can work with this part and clean it with no problem whatsoever. Whoa, 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 whoa. There we go. Usually I make a mess. I'm not without making a mess. Now I like these little Q-tips that I have, these little pink ones, because I can get down right inside and move around in such a way and get a lot of the gunk out. Sometimes I just pour a little bit of water, just a little titch of water. There we go. Just a little bit. And now what I'm going to... Whoa, whoa, whoa. Can't move it backwards. I got it ripped apart. Yeah, got to watch it because it'll come right out the other end. Okay. There we go. And there we go. We're kind of getting it clean here. See, I've cleaned it already. So I've been really making sure that I can get in there and clean, clean, clean. Yeah, oh yeah, it's getting, like, the bowl is getting better. We're getting a lot of that white out of there. Okay, so make sure you're keeping it tipped so that it doesn't come out the other end. Okay, I got Q-tips sitting here. I cleaned out my bathroom drawer, and I found out in the drawer there was all kinds of Q-tips spilt everywhere in my drawer. So because I didn't want to use them, what I did was I just brought them out in a bag because they were near my hairbrushes, and I had hair in the Q-tips and everything. So I thought, okay, fine by me. I'm just going to, oh, that looks nice in there. Oh, looking really sweet. Yeah. Okay, now to dry this out, I take a Q-tip and go inside and just take a Q-tip in there and just go around and just kind of dry it out. Okay, now I get paper towels going here. I fold up some paper towels off the roll so that I can... Well, it's starting to look, oh, I can still see some paint down in there that I don't like to see. Yeah. Yeah, I don't like that paint down there. So I just keep taking water. Tilt it though, remember to tilt. Yeah. Because that paint builds up. There we go. Oh, that is a lot better. Yeah, sometimes you just got to take a little extra time. Get in there and get that paint out because it will clog up if you don't watch it. Okay, it's really good just to get in there and just dry all that up in there. Okay. Then, now it's starting to look really clean in there. Look at that. That looks nice. Okay, now I'm happy with my results of how clean my gun is. It's very important to keep it clean as possible. Now, if I was using my oil paint, I'd be using paint thinner instead. Okay, now we got the bowl done. Now you want to move to your needle. On my sponge here, I have a little bit of paint thinner. Why? Because I just said this is a water cleanup. Well, I use this needle also for spraying hair with oil paint on my composition dolls. So I saw some old brown paint on it. So I dunked this in some paint thinner, and I just go across it like this every time, and I'm still getting brown paint off of it. Because in this needle here, there's little holes where it sucks it up, the paint up, and then shoots it out. So you want to make sure that wherever that little part is where there's holes that suck it up, because it sucks it up right down here where your bowl is. So this needle goes right in here, and it sucks up paint, actually like this, okay? And it sucks up paint underneath the bowl, and it shoots it out your gun. So you want to make sure you're cleaning that as well. So I just go across with some paint thinner, because if it was just, this needle was only used on acrylic, I would only use water then. But because I've used this also on oil paint, this needle, there is brown paint still on it. I can still see it on here and there throughout on this needle. So little bits are coming off all the time. You can see the brown paint right there. Okay, that's burnt umber. So my oil paint. So now we're going to put our gun back together again. So this can be a little tricky sometimes because you got to get things just right. So the first thing I'm going to put in is my little thumb presser there. The little marks where you put your thumb go towards the bowl. So I learned that lesson. I can teach you that. Tell you about that right there. Okay, let me get this in there and turn it. Now I want to get it so that it's, no, not like that. Like that. Okay, just cut on it upward. Because now I got to put this thing in. It's very easy to put in. And it will pop up. There we go. Now, we're going to next put on our spring. Put the spring on. Now we're going to put this thing on. Now, you never know how far, I always guess how far I want this on there because, see, now I got to be able to see how it's moving in and out, in and out. Sometimes I just like it a little bit more, a little tight. Oh, something happened here. It's not doing something right here all of a sudden. Yeah, there we go. I got to get the needle in there. Okay, now the needle goes in. The needle holds everything in place. This is where you got to be careful. Now, you got to make sure that you're weaving that in the right place with the... There we go. It's going right straight through. Okay. And you hit the end. Don't ram it, because you can bend your needle. So don't do that either. Okay. Now we put this little part on. Now we're going to put this part on. Back together again. See how easy that was? Now let's see if we got the spring. Is it what you're looking for? Maybe I need that a little bit more, a little tighter. Yeah, I need that to go in a little bit more. Yeah, that's better. Now, you know what you're looking for in your, like, how you want it to feel. This here helps you to tighten this up. So you get this nice spring feeling. See how it's moving in and out? That's what that little spring in there is doing. It's helping it to move in and out. Now you're going to put your back part on. Okay. Now I should hook up with my air. I'll get my coil back on here. Oh, 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 oh. Okay, now we're going to get that little lid out of here. There's that. And here is this part. Now what I'm going to do with this lid here, I'm going to take a Q-tip. Okay, this goes on the tip of the needle. Okay, now we're going to go like this, clean it out. And we're going to take another Q-tip, go in here and clean it out. Go again in here. Clean that right out. Sometimes I take this, where's my little pink needle? Maybe I dropped it. Who knows? Where did it go? Okay, I'll grab another one here. Usually, oh, no, that's not it. Okay, let me get another one here. Okay, that's it there. Okay, one of these here. And I just go in there. Get that paint out of there. Looks pretty good. Okay, so now let's put this on the tip of the needle. There we go. All right, now we're going to clean our lid. Now to clean the lid, I just dunk and go around. Oh, my battery's blinking there too. I might have to make a part 2 of this coming up here. Okay, that looks pretty clean, pretty good. There we go. Now, the test is to put a little bit of water in this because we're going to make it called bubble back. So you just want a little bit. We don't need a lot. There we go. Well, even a little bit more than that. There we go. Just a little bit. I'm going to turn on our compressor. There we go. See, when it bubbles back like that, that means we know the air is getting to the gun. It can spray out. And it's spitting out some white paint, which is fine. It's just a little watery paint. That's all it is. So I'm going to do it again. See that bubbling? That's a good gun. That means everything's working fine on it. And now, if I was to pour some water out, I should be able to get, yeah, my hand's wet. And now it's spraying. There we go. We have cleaned our gun. And we're ready to go tomorrow to Casper the Ghost to be painted again. So there you go. That's how you do your gun. If I went too fast, you want to see steps again, I'll be spraying tomorrow. Leave a message down below and I will then show it again because I got to clean my gun again. So if you want to see it again, tell me you need to see it again or replay this over. But if there's steps that you want me to take slower, tell me about it and I will take them slower for you to see. Thanks again for joining me. Leave me a comment if you like this and a thumbs up. And we'll be talking to you again really soon. One more look at Casper. He's drying. He's looking better. There he is. He's almost dry here. So he's looking really good. So I'm really happy with him. So there he is right there. Very nice. So I think he's going to turn out okay. I think there's some hope for him still. But thanks for joining me. And I hope you enjoyed this about how to clean your air gun. Bye-bye.